Eating healthy while traveling can be very difficult, and oftentimes your nutrition just goes out the window. I'm away for work this weekend, and so I decided to make sure that I was going to eat as healthy as I could, and I figured I would take you along for the ride and show you what I bought at the store and the meals that I'm going to make. And it'll look a lot different depending on the type of travel that you're doing. Now, I do have a kitchen, so that makes things a lot easier to eat healthy. And I decided in order to keep things simple, I would have pretty much the same meals for each day. I'm gonna focus on a big breakfast that I'll have kind of later in the morning, and as well as a big dinner, so that I can keep it simple with 2 main meals a day, as well as having a couple snacks throughout the day as well. I was a bit surprised. The grocery bill was about $100 for the weekend, which makes me wonder how much I'm spending in general on a monthly basis. But let's go check out what I got. So starting with breakfast, I decided to keep it simple, go with just eggs, ground turkey, and then some spinach. So I'll be using half the spinach container with each breakfast for Saturday morning and Sunday morning, half the ground turkey from this pack, a 450 gram pack there. And then I'll be doing 6 eggs to make sure that I use up the carton. I'm leaving very early Monday morning, and so I won't be ready to eat breakfast. So I want to use it up in the 2 breakfasts that I will be having. I'm not going to be counting calories, but I'm sure that'll be about 1,000-calorie breakfast and probably 60 grams of protein or something like that. And then I wanted to get my veggie and fiber in there. And then for dinners, we'll skip over to dinners. Now it's late already, and I'm going to be having these smaller steaks here and 1 pepper. And I'm going to save the bok choy and potatoes for the next meals, the 2 dinners, Saturday night and Sunday night. I'll have half the potatoes and half the baby bok choy, as well as a sweet pepper. And then for tonight, it'll just be the steak and a sweet pepper, as well as 1 of the peaches that I got. And then that will leave 1 peach and 1 apple for the 2 weekend days. And then as a snack and an extra protein kind of carb snack, I got some Greek yogurt and 3 packs, 1 for each day, of the raspberries. They were on a pretty good sale, so I decided to grab those. So I'll have, after my workout tonight, I'll have that as my protein snack. But then for Saturday and Sunday, that'll likely be kind of like a between the meal snack that I'll have to get some protein in and to keep me full until dinner. And then I did also bring pre-divided protein powder and creatine to have after my workout. As I mentioned tonight, I'll probably just do the yogurt because I feel like this would be better split into a few different servings. And then I'll do the protein shakes the next couple nights in order to have like a final pre-bed protein stimulus after I work out. I'm not sure if I'll work out all 3 nights in a row, but at least 2 of them. And if I don't use all these, I'll take 1 home. That'll be simple enough. So again, tonight's a lot more simple because it's already almost 8 o'clock. I want to get dinner in, digest a bit before I go to the gym. So I'm just going to have the pepper and the peach. And then once the steak is done, I'm going to dig into that, give some time to digest, and then go to the gym. And then we'll do the Greek yogurt and raspberries after that. All right, I'm back from the gym. So I'm going to just roughly eyeball about 1/3 of this container. I'm not sure how much that's gonna feel like a lot or a little. We'll find out here. That actually was probably about half the container. So it'll feel like a lot less than I thought it would. And then I already washed the raspberries here. So we're just gonna dump those on top. And 1 down. So there it is, a nice little post-workout snack, some healthy carbs, and then the protein we're gonna get from the yogurt, and that'll do it for the night. All right, so it's breakfast time now. I've already had a couple cups of coffee, taking the morning a little bit slow. I cooked up all the ground turkey. Half that will be for today's breakfast. The other half I'll save for tomorrow. I've got my 6 eggs in here, and the spinach is already wilted. So I'm just gonna pour the eggs over top, and then as that's almost cooked in, I'm gonna add in the ground turkey, and then we will get that plated. All right, so there it is. It's not the most pretty in terms of presentation, but today the goal was quick and efficient, and maybe tomorrow I'll switch up the way I do it, leave the eggs over easy, and have a little bit of a sauce on there. If I was at home and had other stuff, I'd probably add a little bit of salsa on there, but it looks like a lot of food. It'll be quite filling for me and a ton of protein, and just estimated around 800 calories. I'm not really tracking my calories right now, but it is good to have some general idea of what is in what you're eating. All right, now it's time for the mid-afternoon snack again. The yogurt and raspberries that I had last night after going to the gym, and then a peach and an apple, and that will probably hold me over quite nicely until dinner, which will probably be in 3 or 4 hours from now. And then I'll probably end up having a protein shake before bed after I go to the gym again tonight. And so I'll see you back in time for dinner. So I ended up going to the gym earlier than typical. I usually go at night after dinner, but today I had quite a bit of downtime this afternoon, which was nice, and I decided I might as well go to the gym and get that done before dinner, especially since I'm having quite the dinner, a massive steak. Now, I'm starting to realize why that grocery bill is so expensive. I didn't really process and think through my meat selection, and when I kind of figured it out just before this meal, that's pre-cooking 14 ounces of steak. So that's quite a big piece of meat. And that's okay. Like, I'm happy about that. I already snacked on some of the bok choy and some of the red pepper. And then I realized I don't really have anything to go on the potatoes, so they're gonna be kind of dry. But that's okay, we're gonna make it work. Instead of splitting it in half for 2 dinners, the potatoes, I decided I'm gonna add some potatoes to breakfast to go with eggs. And then I'm gonna save one of my eggs to cook for dinner so that I can do like a over easy egg to sort of use the yolk as a sauce on the potatoes, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm excited for this. That steak looks pretty dang juicy. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get into this now. All right, so we're back at breakfast again. This time I did things a little differently. I used some of the potatoes from dinner and I put that as a base, and then I put on the spinach and ground turkey on top of that. And then I cooked the eggs over easy and put that on top. So we're gonna use that as a sauce. So here it is now. We've got the eggs on there. The nice thing about the meals that I'm having here is that it's planned out and it's pretty much the same for each day. So that allows simplicity and kind of ease of planning and buying groceries. What I've done on other trips was when I didn't have a kitchen, I brought some hard-boiled eggs, some cheese slices, some nuts, which depending on what your goals are, it can be difficult to keep your calories down if you are including the nuts. Another great thing I found is bison sticks, buff bison to be exact. I got them off of Amazon, and they're a great convenient snack to bring along for protein. Eat 4 or 5 of those sticks, and that's a great protein stimulus for you. So having those easy to grab protein snacks while you're traveling that you can just bring along with you makes it much easier to meet your goals while traveling. All right, and there is my final dinner for the weekend. That massive piece of steak. I didn't realize they were gonna be so big. And then I got the potatoes on the bottom with a couple over easy eggs and the bok choy. I already ate the sweet pepper, which was my snack while I was cooking. And so I'm getting ready to dig into this. So I want to offer one last piece of advice before we finish up this video here and before I dig into my meal. I want to say if you're going on a short trip and you are stressing a lot about what you're going to do with your meals, try to not stress as much. One weekend or even a week away, as long as you're not really overdoing it with your meals and eating 1,000 calories over your daily limit, you're not gonna have much of a setback unless you start to lose your healthy habits even when you return home. Don't stress so much about what happens every once in a while, but more so what you do on a regular basis. So if you're going away for the weekend and you're not sure if you're gonna be hitting your goals or getting quite enough protein, as long as you're trying to get close, you're gonna end up doing pretty good. And once you get back home and in routine, you'll probably realize you haven't messed up your diet that much. And even if you have a little bit of water shifting because you had like eating out and you had a high salt meal and you're holding on to more water, that'll go away in the next couple days and you'll be back to your baseline. So I hope you enjoyed this video, kind of seeing what I'm doing on my traveling and trying to eat healthy. And I hope it inspired you to make healthy choices, and I hope to see you in the next video.